is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
Outlets it forward for Boshiers, who slaloms past two defenders on the right block and sticks in the right-hand layup.
We're getting you set for game day with a countdown to tip-off, powered by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. Carson-Newman basketball is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that service built. By the Aramark, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By the Tennessee National Guard, a generation of volunteers. By Food City, value every day. By Tri-Light, dream big with gig. By Quality Suites of Morristown, an official hotel of the Carson-Newman Eagles. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Penland rips it away from Roberts, puts it in with the right hand as she's bowling to the ground, and one for Camel Penland.
Now, here's the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watray.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Holt Fieldhouse as we get set for tip-off. The Lady Eagles look to make it 4 straight wins to wrap up the 2022 calendar year, and they get a King unit in which they've beaten all 23 times that they've ever played them. And Lady Eagles will have that opportunity coming up today. Coach Mike Mincy and I will break down this game as we get ready for tip-off. Lady Eagles and Tornado coming up here in just a moment on the Eagles Sports Network.
Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Our pregame conversation with head coach Mike Mincy heads your way in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network. Time to check in with the Lady Eagles head coach. Here's Mike Mincy alongside the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watring.
For the 24th time, Carson-Newman and King clash on the hardwood. I'm Michael Watring, back on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off, joined by Coach Mike Mincy. Coach, you look at this King side, they've won just 3 of their first 12 games, but they're very strong at turning other teams over. They've forced about 21 per game this season. Your team's been very interesting to figure out because there's been a lot of games where you've had 10 or 11, and then there's some, like Saturday, where you turn it over 19 times. What's the key to handling their pressure and making sure that you get the extra shots?
Well, different than Saturday, they didn't press us, and a lot of our turnovers were self-inflicted turnovers. They were just, they weren't really forced turnovers. Today might be a little different in terms of them picking us up in 2 different talented presses and a little bit more athletic, that kind of thing. But nonetheless, I don't think we should turn the ball over. I mean, obviously you're going to have turnovers in a game, but you can't turn the ball over 20 times and expect to have success. So it's just a matter of how many ever guys we put on the floor, 10, 11, whatever. They got to go out there and take care of the ball, and as always, we want shot attempts. Typically, we shoot the ball well, not always, but here lately we have been, and if we get shot attempts, then I like our chances.
When you look at their club, very interesting because from an offensive perspective, they're one of the least efficient teams in the country. From a defensive perspective, they allow foes to shoot 44%. What side of the basketball today is going to be the key for you all picking up a victory?
I hate to say this to some degree, but I just feel like that when our offense is clicking, it puts pressure on the other team to somewhat keep up. So I felt like that was kind of the way it happened at Saturday at Emory and Henry. Is we were clicking, scoring pretty well, pretty efficiently, and they were having a hard time finding the bottom of the net, and then it just continued to snowball effect for them. And then on our side, if we don't turn the ball over 7 times in the first quarter, I felt like there was probably it should have been about a 35-point quarter, ended up being 25. So I think it's how we play offensively. Some teams, their defense feeds their offense, and I think our teams have always been, if our offense is flowing, it just feeds into how well we play on the defensive end.
Speaking with Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincy, as we get ready for tip-off, Carson-Newman and King. Lady Eagles have won all 23 meetings so far in the series. You've built up some momentum here at the edge of this calendar year, won 3 in a row, an opportunity to win 4 straight, kind of put some of those growing pains at the beginning of the season behind you before a couple weeks off before Belmont Abbey. How critical is it for this team to keep the pedal all the way to the metal, make sure you have that strong play so you can have these next 2 weeks to kind of relax and enjoy what you've been able to accomplish this month?
Well, being at home in particular, and the way we've been playing, it's super important. You know as well as I do how things have kind of been struggled, and it's been a little bit of a roller coaster, but we're playing much better of late. I think the kids are finding a little bit of chemistry and some confidence in each other that when they take the floor, they feel like they can win and be successful. And so, if you want to have an opportunity to move further down the road, if you even talk about postseason, you got to get games at home and you got to get non-conference games at home. And, this is one of those games where you can't afford really to lose it. I don't want to put pressure on them. You want to go out and have fun. But I think if we continue to play like what we've done at home this year, we should be in pretty good shape, but you never know. One of the things we've talked about a lot of times, the ball bouncing certain teams' ways. And one of our things have been, sometimes you got to control your environment. You got to take care of things yourself and not let a team hit 15 threes and not let a team hit 11. You got to get out there, and if they're going to hit them, they better be contested. And we haven't always done that, so I expect us to do a pretty good job of that today.
It's 2 straight games where every player that you've had see the floor have scored.
Yep.
How do you feel like the group is coming together as a cohesive unit? You might not have 3 or 4 players that you lean on, but you can rely on all 12.
Well, it starts with that immediate bunch that comes off the bench. We've talked about this before. They're a good defensive bunch, but, when they can find buckets and scores, it just makes things that much better overall for our team. And then when you get deeper into, whether it be Ruth or Carol or Ashlyn, they're able to score as well. And so one of the things I always like is when they get an opportunity to go out there and play, that we don't do like what we did against Clayton State early in the year and let a 14-0 run happen. Like, we go out there and continue to compete and play and continue to put points on the board. And, again, it's about getting experience and get them on the floor. And you just never know when your window of opportunity opens up. And I like the confidence that they've certainly put in me that we can put them on the floor, not just in mop-up duty, but anytime during the game.
Coach, appreciate the time. Best of luck today.
Thank you, Michael.
It's Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincy. When we come back, starters in the play-by-play. Lady Eagles look to make it 24-0 against King all time when we come back on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off on the Eagle Sports Network.
Building a new home? AEC can help. Build an all-electric home with an electric heat pump, an electric water heater, an electric range, and an electric washer and dryer. AEC's certified energy inspector will provide expert advice during construction and a complete home inspection upon finish. Before the drywall is in place, call AEC at 865-719-8322. AEC, your power with purpose.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
We're getting closer to tip-off.
Price picks it up, and Carson-Newman is the South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions.
More CN memories are headed your way on the Eagles Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects.
Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The number one source for Carson-Newman athletics gear is ShopSeeAndEagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. ShopSeeAndEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopSeeAndEagles.com.
We're just about ready to tip it up here. Carson-Newman and King for the 24th all-time meeting. When we come back, the game starts in our final game of 2022. Stick with us as we get ready for tip-off here on the AC Countdown to tip-off on the Eagle Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel of the Eagles. 585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Okay, let's see. Carson-Newman University. It's been around since 1851. A beautiful campus, amazing student life, world-class accredited academics, competitive athletic programs, a Christian perspective, a top 10 best value school. They give $48 million in financial aid every year, and I get a free scholarship when I enroll. Looks like I found the perfect place.
This
Kisses it off the glass and one.
is Carson-Newman Women's Basketball on the Eagle Sports Network.
Smiles across the board, makes some room in the trophy case for the third time in program history. Carson-Newman is the South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, Domino's, Aramark, by ShopCNEagles.com, the Eagle Club, the Bible Insurance Agency, by Pepsi, by Magaha Electric, Inner Digital, by Food City, Tri-Light, Quality Suites of Morristown, and by Lisa's Country Kitchen. Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watray.
We welcome you back to Holt Fieldhouse. Final game of 2022 for these two sides. Carson-Newman and King squaring off. Here's your starters. Carson-Newman and Mike Mincy, same starting five as it has been the last several weeks. Harley Smith, Callie McMahon, Braylon Weichel, Campbell Penland, and Skylar Boshears will square off with this King group of Alexa Grumman, Jada McKinney, Leasia Ellington, Jaden Ponton, Ashley Allen for these two groups. King 3-9 overall, but all three of their wins have come in conference play. That's the important part of things. Conversely, for Carson-Newman, they've won 3 in a row, an opportunity to close out the month of December with a 5-1 mark this month and an 8-5 record at the time. McMahon in the center circle, ready to light it up here. Ball is in the air. McMahon swipes it. Boshears grabs it. And here we go from Holt Fieldhouse on this Monday afternoon. Weichel sets it up, throws it over to Penland left wing. Dribbles a couple times, hesitates on the right elbow. Throws it to Smith. Man-to-man defense for King. One of the better defensive units in terms of turning teams over, but when opponents get shots, they make a lot, 44% on the year. Smith inside of the lane, juggles the ball and turns it over, kicks it off of her leg. McKinney takes it away, throws it to the left wing. Ellington steps into a three and cashes it in. Ellington makes 36% from out there and hits the first. 40 seconds in, and a 3-0 lead for the visitors. Carson-Newman has scored triple digits each of the last 3 times these teams have clashed in this gym. Weichel dribbles to the left wing. Bo Shears and an illegal screen called against Braylon Weichel. Maybe got a little bit of hip action, and the official over there didn't like the maneuver from Braylon. Carson-Newman dominant efforts in each of the last 3 wins, 21, 33, and 36, the margins of victory. Potts dribbles all the way to this near left sideline, spins around before she gets doubled, and sets up the offense on the center circle. 3-0. King on top of Carson-Newman, 1 minute gone by in the first. Potts on the right wing, kicks it to the right corner. Ellington feeling it, another 3-pointer. This one rattles out. Penland has the rebound, and a foul is whistled on Jada McKinney. McKinney pushed her arms right through the backside of Penland. 8:45 to go in the first, 3-0 the lead for King. Smith inbounds the basketball to Weichel, lobs it right back for Smith. Against this full court pressure, man-to-man, little trap action here and there. Smith sprints all the way to the left side of the lane, throws it out to Weichel, top of the key. The All-American dribbles left, picks up her dribble, throws it to Penland, right point. Penland sprints right, gets shut down, a swipe, and a steal from Grumman. And here comes King again, another turnover. 2 out of the first 3 possessions have resulted in giveaways for the Lady Eagles. Potts a right wing 3, rattles out. Offensive rebound, though, by Grumman on the right block, and she puts it back in. Mike Mincy calls for time. 8:16 to play in the first. Lady Eagles getting outplayed here in the early going. And we'll see if Carson-Newman can find a response. Down 5-0, 8:16 to go in the first here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Carson-Newman hasn't attempted a shot yet. 3 turnovers, trailing 5-0, 8:10 to go in the first. CN ball in the white jerseys, coming left to right. Penland on the right point. Jacks up a 3-pointer. Too strong here on the first attempt of the game for Carson-Newman. Grumman has the board for the Tornado, and King outlets to the front court. Top of the key, Potts to set it up, 2 minutes in, and King on top 5-0. Losers of 9 of the first 12 games of the year. Right-hand side, Grumman throws it underneath. Looking for Allen. She grabs it and then heaves it between a pair of Tornado. It goes into the backcourt before Potts taps it. Backcourt violation, turnover for the Tornado. That's their first. And with 7:43 to go in the opening period, Carson-Newman looking for its first points of the day. 5-0 the advantage. Weichel lofts it to McMahon left point. 2 passes underneath. It goes Smith. Bounce pass for Weichel on the right block. Hesitates. Missed the opening attempt. Missed a second shot at it. All 5 King players were in there in the Navy jerseys. And it's rebounded by Ellington. Leading 5-0. 7:24 to go in the first. Carson-Newman still not scored, and it will probably get to 3 minutes here on this possession without points to begin the game. Ellington sprints left, kicks it to the corner. Deep 3-point attempt, barely grazes the rim by McKinney. And Bo Shears the rebound. Glides to the front court to the right side of the lane. Puts a shot up as she gets bumped. Falling away. Misses it well too strong. Carson-Newman has missed 4 straight shots to begin the game. No points so far. 3 minutes in. Behind King, 5-0. Potts around a screen to her right. Feeds it back for Grumman. Left wing McKinney. Back out top for Allen as she fires it to the right wing and Ellington. 10 on the shot clock as Grumman gets it, kicks it out. Potts, a left wing 3, way too strong. Rebound poked around, and it is Potts at the middle of the floor that grabs the rebound. Recycle for the Tornado early in the game. Potts in the right corner. You wonder when Mike Mincy will utilize some substitutes to get some fresh energy out there. 6:20 to go in the first. CN down 5-0. Ellington down the right side of the lane. Has it juggle. Hits off the right side of the pad underneath the backboard. Penland the rebound. Sprints front court and draws a foul against Ashley Allen. Second team foul on King with 6:12 to go in the first. So CN's first bucket will come roughly 4 minutes into the game at the earliest. 6:12 to go in the first. CN trails at 5-0. Substitution coming in. It is Tori Smiley replacing Grauman in the lineup. Smiley has been fantastic the last two. 44 points in the last two games. Inbound to McMahon as she bounces it over to Bo Shears, left point. Bo Shears dribbles a couple times as she backpedals out. Bounces it over for Penland. Left corner Smith. Back out top. Bo Shears tosses underneath. It's deflected and stolen away by Allen. Fourth turnover already. Carson-Newman's missed all four of its shots as well. And we've gone past the 4-minute point of the opening period. 5:40 to go here in the first. Carson-Newman down 5-0. It is Smiley down the left side of the lane, and they call an offensive foul on Smiley. Maybe got a little bit of a body bump on Braylon Weichel, and a third team foul for King. And now it is McKinney coming out and Grauman coming back in. 10 different players average double-figure minutes for Coach Michael Phelps' group. 5-0, 5:40 to go in the first. Carson-Newman looking for its first points of the day. Weichel around the screen to her right, stops on the right elbow. Front iron, rolls around the rim, and gets a very friendly roll before it goes in. So Braylon Weichel getting the friendly roll, and Carson-Newman finally on the scoreboard. 5-2, 5:23 to go in the first. Now let's see if Carson-Newman's defense can be a strong suit as a turnover forced. Again, a carrying violation whistled against Grauman. Jalen West, the freshman out of Westridge High School in Blountville, Tennessee, is on the floor, and Grauman is right back out, so very short shifts for her. 5:16 left in the first. Carson-Newman down 3, 5-2. And a team that they've won all 23 meetings against. Penland for McMahon, right point. McMahon dribbles right, hands it to Braylon Weichel. Weichel on the right wing, a three-time first-team all-league pick. Goes behind the back with a dribble. Crossover left to right and gets tripped by Potts. Incidentally, Weichel was crossing over left to right. Potts couldn't get over quickly enough, and her feet gets tangled. And Carson-Newman brings in its first sub of the day. Keely Rogers is in, and Callie McMahon comes out. 4:59 to go in the first. Carson-Newman down 5-2. Bo Shears to Weichel. Wide open. Right corner trigger three. Too strong. Offensive rebound over the shoulder of Bo Shears. Had a paw on it. Just couldn't clasp it. 4:50 to go in the first. Carson-Newman down 5-2. West dribbles to the middle of the floor and then swings it back out for Smiley. 11 points per game. Second leading scorer on the team. King playing without its leading scorer, Brianna Dunbar. All right, corner, it's in the paws of Ellington. Sprints to the lane, kicks it out. Left wing, Potts wants a three. This one's short. Rebound comes out to Penland. This is one of the least efficient teams in the nation in King, and they've started 2 of 8. Penland right wing, fires it for Smith. Smith gets to the lane, spins around, right-hand layup off the window, and down. 4 straight for the Lady Eagles, 4:17 to go in the first. Full court press now for Carson-Newman. As Smiley comes into the front court, loses the ball, and it is off of Smiley for now. 4:11 to go in the first, and now it's overturned, saying that Carson-Newman was the last to touch it. Tori Rutherford is in the game, as well as Michaela Alvey. 4:11 to play in the first. And Carson-Newman to get the ball on the base, or King rather, to get the ball on the baseline. They've missed their last 4. It's the 14th worst field goal percentage offense in the country, 33% as a team. As Potts grabs the inbound on the right wing, comes back out top of the key, feeds Smiley, right wing three-pointer up. Too strong here. Rutherford there to Sky for the rebound, and then it's poked out of play off of Ellington. Scoring drought right now for King has reached 4 minutes. 4:01 to go in the first. And then a whistle. And I'm not sure that the clock started in time. Last bucket for King came at the 8:19 mark. We're currently at the 3:59 marker. 5-4. King leads. They scored the first 5. Carson-Newman failed to score in the first 4.5 minutes. They have the last 4 of the game. Weichel in the backcourt working against the full court pressure of Ellington. Weichel gets into the front court after body bumping against Ellington. Right corner, Alvey wide open for a three. Splashdown from Michaela Alvey, and a 7-0 Carson-Newman run. 3:40 to go in the first lead of the day for the home club, Carson-Newman. And then an interception. Rogers takes it away on the right wing, swings it to Weichel left corner. Weichel back out, Rogers wide open looking at a three. It's partially blocked. Good defense by Allen. She came flying through the air to get a piece of it. Potts in the front court, around the baseline, kicks it out left wing west, spins around, floats, too strong, whistle, offensive foul called on Jalen West. Is stepping over to take it was Harley Smith. Excellent defense by Carson-Newman at that last moment. And the scoring drought has reached 5 minutes for King. Carson-Newman has scored 7 in a row. It was Alvey, actually, that took the charge. Did a good job of getting over to the block. 7-5, Carson-Newman ahead. 3:10 to go in the opening frame. Weichel spinning around, using the Smith screen at the top of the key, jumping through the lane, galloping to the left block, and sticking in a left-hand layup. Braylon Weichel, strong take. 7 minutes into the game, 9 unanswered for the Lady Eagles, and a 9-5 lead. Ball is deflected by Rutherford. Alvey picks it up at midcourt, leads Rutherford to the right block, and she puts in the layup. 11 in a row for Carson-Newman. Timeout, Michael Phelps. How about what the Lady Eagles have done here in the last several minutes? A very sluggish start for Carson-Newman has been responded to by a great offensive surge to lead 11-5. Eagle fans, Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your CNID. Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. 2:51 to go in the first. 5.5 minutes without points for King. Carson-Newman has made 4 straight shots after a 1 of 6 start from the field. 2:51 to play in the opening period. Carson-Newman 11, King 5. Carson-Newman has dominated the series. Lady Eagles have won by as many as 71 in the meetings dating back to 1981. Inbound comes to Grauman as she spins through a couple defenders, able to break the pressure and give it to Smiley, who stops at the top of the key. Back out Potts, and Jaden Potts, 19 minutes per game, 3 points per game, sets up the offense. Feeds it over to West, and she hands it off to Jada Campbell. Sprints left, gives it back to Potts. Now it is Jalen West. Over to Smiley, 6 on the shot clock. Tori Smiley crossing over, bouncing it over to Potts. 2 seconds to shoot, kicks it to the corner. Campbell's three-pointer is blocked out of bounds by Alvey, and a shot clock violation. Carson-Newman's defensive pressure has turned it up to a different level. And with 2:19 to play in the first, Carson-Newman 11 straight points, leads 11-5. Changes for King. They have Potts, Grauman, Allen, West, and McKinney, or check that, Ellington on the floor. Weichel across the timeline, left to right, stops on the right wing and hands it off. Rutherford, Alvey, back Weichel, dribbles, top of the key, three-pointer, halfway down and out, rattles back off the right side of the rim, and rebounding the basketball is Allen, and then Potts, as she grabbed the ball on the pass, dribbles it off of a right sneaker, out of bounds. Turnover by Jaden Potts. 6th turnover of the day already for King. Carson-Newman basketball leading by 6, having scored 11 straight. Smith dribbles left, kicks it out. Weichel, ball fakes on a 3, splits 2 defenders, puts a shot up. It gets blocked by Ellington. King basketball, 1:45 to play in the opening period. King looking for its first point since the 8:19 mark. Better than 6.5 minutes without scoring. And now we get a whistle and a foul on Carson-Newman, and I think it's going to go on Tori Rutherford as she was trying to fight through a screen. Rutherford called for her first. 97 seconds to play in the opening period. McKinney to inbound the ball. Carson-Newman 11 straight points in the last 4 minutes. 1:37 to play in the first, and it gives us a chance to remind you that Lisa's Country Kitchen serves the best home-cooked meals the Lakeway region can offer. Lisa's Country Kitchen is the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. 6 turnovers in the last 6 minutes for King. They've missed 6 straight shots and haven't scored in 6 minutes and 38 seconds. And with Carson-Newman leading at 11-5, they're resetting the shot clock here back to 30. Now they do it. And we get back into action with 1:35 to go here in the opening period. Top of the key, McKinney sprints left, pulls up from the left elbow, misses the shot, short. 7 straight errant attempts from King. And Rutherford in the front court is called for a traveling violation on the left wing. Carson-Newman's 5th turnover, and Campbell Penland is coming back into the game as Carson-Newman will spell its leading scorer, Braylon Weichel. Weichel 2 of 7, the rest of the team 3 of 5 from the field. 1:17 to go, first frame. Into the front court, Grauman stops at the top of the key and fires it back over to the right-hand side and west. 69 seconds and rolling here in the opening period. Been a game of droughts early. Carson-Newman 4.5 to start the game. 7 minutes and rolling here for King without points. West gets to the right baseline, kicks it out. McKinney, 5 on the shot clock. Her jump shot is blocked by Rutherford. She gets tangled up as she pokes it over to Rogers. Rogers lifts it forward for Alvey, kicks it cross court, right wing. 3-pointer from Penland is short. Rebound loose in the corner, and Alvey goes sprawling into the body of McKinney, who grabbed the rebound, and Alvey will be called for the personal foul. 42.8 seconds to play. Skylar Boshiers is back onto the floor. Only 4 teams have shot worse than 40% against King this season. They give up 44.4% shooting. That's 18th worst in the nation. Carson-Newman shooting at 39% right now. Into the front court. Boshiers rips it out of the paws of McKinney. And then a foul is whistled on Grauman. And that puts King over the limit. And free throws coming up here for Carson-Newman. After the Lady Eagles had been nearly flawless at the free throw line the last couple games, Carson-Newman has struggled. The Lady Eagles have gone 21 of 37 from the charity stripe in the last 2 after they were top 10 nationally in the category. Boshiers' first attempt is up there, and that one is way wide right. 71% foul shooter. Missed the first. And a second chance coming up here from Skylar. Carson-Newman has scored 11 straight points, 35.6 to go in the first. Second free throw from Boshiers, spins out. Rebound picked up by Allen, and a forward to West. For cutting Grauman down the left side of the paint, misses the shot. Rebound loose, Rutherford picks it up. Still no points for King in the last 8 minutes, and they shouldn't get a shot attempt here the rest of the quarter. Shot clock is off, quarter minute to go, 11-5 Carson-Newman ahead. Penland will start the offense now, 10-9 as she sprints around a Rogers screen left. Picks up her dribble, fires over, Rutherford, right wing, wide open 3, and it is a twine tickler from Rutherford. 14 unanswered for the Lady Eagles. King does not get a shot off, and after Carson-Newman failed to score in the opening 4 minutes and 28 seconds, they score the final 14 of the first and are in control. After 10 minutes of play, can Carson-Newman keep things rolling and keep that defensive pressure going? Rutherford's big 3 has Carson-Newman ahead 14-5 after 10 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Well, Carson-Newman missed its first 4 shots from the floor. Failed to score until the 5:32 mark of the first. But the Eagles found some good rhythm defensively, forced some turnovers, and then scored 14 in a row. And King has missed 9 straight shots from the field. And after the opening 10 minutes, it is a 14-5 Carson-Newman advantage. And with the Lady Eagles leading at 14-5, here in the opening period. Lady Eagles finishing strong, and now here in the second quarter. Possession arrow says that it should be Carson-Newman ball. Carson-Newman won the opening tap. There was no jump ball from that point forward, and it should be King basketball here to start off this period. So they get that straight. Drummond is out there with Smiley, Potts, Allen, and in the all-navy jerseys with red and white accents, Smiley sprints down the left side of the lane, kicks it out. Potts, right corner three, breaks the seal on the drought that lasted nearly 9 minutes. 8.5 officially. Carson-Newman back on the ball. Penland to the right block, runs into a defender, and an offensive foul is whistled as Penland barrels into a defender. And it's the freshly inserted Raquel Miller, who was a All-American as a softball player for the Kings side. And with Carson-Newman ahead by 6, 14-8, half minute into the second. Full court pressure again. 2 seconds to get it across. Grauman indeed does so just in time, and Potts sets up the offense. King has started 3 of 14 from the field, and it has been a slog offensively for both sides. Smiley, left side of the lane, throws it to the corner. Boshears his steal, behind the back pass. Rutherford on the deck, grabs the basketball, gives it to Rogers. And here comes Carson-Newman. Boshears comes across the timeline and gives over to Rutherford. Kicks it right corner, and Penland. Penland blows by Miller, steps inside of the three-point arc, misses a jump shot too strong, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by King, and Carson-Newman holds on to possession with 8:56 to play in the first half. Carson-Newman leads 14-8. Shot clock back to 20. Rutherford to inbound the ball. On the baseline, looking for some help, finds Rogers. Rogers sprints to the paint, kicks it out. Alvey, left corner three. That one straight down the canister. Second connection from distance for Michaela Alvey, and it's back to 9. 17-8, 8:45 to go first half. Smiley breaks the timeline, gets to the right block, right-hand scoop layup. Not quite over the front of the rim, and the rebound picked up by Rogers as she draws the foul on Grauman. Smiley tried to get that layup over the cylinder, and it just didn't get over the top of the right side of the rim. And here comes Carson-Newman to the front court. Penland, right wing, three-pointer, rippling the rope from outside. Carson-Newman's buried 4 from long range, and the margin hits double figures for the first time today. 20-8, 8:24 to go. And it's a 10-second violation as Smiley cannot get it across. 9 turnovers for King. 8:22 to go in the first half. 20-8, Carson-Newman in control. 6 in a row. 3-pointers from Alvey and Penland. Rogers at the free throw line, gets a running start, kicks it out. Penland, ball fakes on the 3. Hesitates along the baseline, gets to the right block, and has a shot blocked out of bounds by Smiley. Shot clock sits at 20. 8:12 to go in the first half. Carson-Newman leads it 20-8. Lady Eagles on a 20-3 scoring run after trailing at 5-0. And that is over the last 10 minutes of play. Inbound comes out Penland. She is wide open at the top of the key, and she shreds the strings from outside. 9 in a row from Carson-Newman, and it's a 15-point margin. 23-8. And here's a pass that deflects off of the hands of West and goes into the scores table. And another turnover. And it's another timeout from King. 9 in a row for the Lady Eagles. A 23-3 surge. And Carson-Newman getting toasty with 7:58 to go before halftime here on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Carson-Newman has scored 9 straight, and they have the basketball out of the timeout. 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter, 23-8 the lead. Rogers gets to the right block, misses a layup attempt as the defender flashed in there. Alvey taps it out. Penland right wing, kicks it to the right corner. Rogers' three-pointer is too strong, and the rebound into the hands of a waiting West. She passes it forward for Smiley. Rutherford steps in front of her. Smiley travels. And another turnover. 11 now for King. 7:35 to go in the first half. Carson-Newman didn't score in the first 4:28 of the game. They have rattled off 23 of the last 26 and lead at 23-8. 7:35 to go first half. Weichel, Boshiers, Smith, Penland, and Alvey out there for Mike Mincy's group. Alvey catches left wing, dumps it over the left-hand side to Boshiers, lobs underneath for Smith, misses the first shot at it, then rips it out of the paws of Allen and sticks it right back in. 11 unanswered for Carson-Newman. 25-3 surge. Full court press has affected this club. Miller has it in the front court as she sets up the offense. 7:10 to go first half. Carson-Newman by 17 after trailing by 5 in the opening few minutes. Right to left crossover. Ellington feeds the left corner. Campbell, right to left crossover. Gets to the left side of the lane. Hangs, floats a left-hand shot. Grazes the backboard. No rim. Into the hands on the right block of Penland. Carson-Newman sprinting front court. Leading it by 17. 6:50 to go in the first half. Smith left elbow. Dribbles right. Spins back left. Feeds corner and Alvey. And then the ball is poked down the sideline off of the hands of Allen. And right near midcourt falls out of play. Emily Gonzalez, the rookie out of Bearden High School and nearby Knoxville, into the game for the first time. 6:40 to go first half. Carson-Newman leads 25-8. Shot clock at 10 as Weichel catches right point for a three-pointer. Front iron, backboard, and into the paws of Campbell for the defensive rebound. 25-8, King basketball down 17. They haven't scored in 3 minutes. They scored the opening 3 points of the period and have not scored since. 6:20 to go. Around a screen to her left goes Ellington. Steps back for a jump shot. It is short. Alvey soars in there to grab the board. Feeds it forward for Weichel. Gets all the way to the right baseline. Kicks it out. Gonzalez gives it to Penland. Right point. Catch and shoot. 3! It is raining trifectas here at Holt Fieldhouse. Second 14-0 run for Carson-Newman. And they've scored 28 of the last 31. To the front court, Ellington. Gives it over to Allen. Kicks it cross court. Campbell gives it to West. West dribbles right down the right side of the lane, floats in the layup off the glass, and that ends Carson-Newman's 14-0 run. 28-10, 5:38 to go first half. Penland feeds it underneath for Smith, gets double teamed, kicks it out. Weichel, ball fakes on the three, gets to the lane, bounces it over for Smith, and she walks with it as she was starting her move. Turnover number 7 for Carson-Newman. And with the Lady Eagles leading at 28-10 and 5.5 to go in the first, King back on the basketball. Callie McMahon back onto the floor. And for the first time today, we see the 6'5 rookie from Canton, Ohio, Jordan Weir. And her pass, as she was the outlet on the full court press, gets deflected. Loose ball in the backcourt, into the front court. It comes. Weir on the left block. A running layup is a tad too strong off the back iron. Rebound to McMahon, gives it forward to Weichel. Weichel crosses over, lobs it to the left wing. Penland catching, shooting. Too strong here again. Rebound to Campbell, and then Weichel pokes it through her hands, out of bounds. King basketball, 5:06 to go in the first half. Carson-Newman has been more accurate inside of the arc than they have been outside of the arc. Just like the men's club earlier today in that blowout win over Tennessee Wesleyan. Final Carson-Newman action. So with 5:04 to go in the first, Carson-Newman leads at 28-10. Quality Suites of Morristown is the preferred hotel choice of the Carson-Newman Eagles, located just 10 miles from campus. Quality Suites of Morristown is the perfect place to stay when you're traveling to watch the Eagles play. The discount is only available when you call 423-585-4000. Inbound to the corner. Gonzalez takes it away and then out of bounds. And the shot clock back to 30. Officials trying to get on the same page with the scorers table. Inbound coming on the baseline. It goes over to Ellington standing on the left block. Gives it right back to McKinney. McKinney sprints to this near left sideline, breaks the timeline, dribbles it off of her sneaker, hops over her hand, and goes out of bounds. 13 turnovers for King. Carson-Newman has been advantageous as well. 14 points off of those giveaways. 4:50 to go first half. Carson-Newman leads at 28-10. Right to left crossover by Weichel, circulating around the lane, picks up her dribble, dumps it underneath. McMahon's shot is blocked by Weir, her 7th of the season, averaging 11 minutes per game. She grabs the basketball, and here comes King to the front court. Campbell, left corner, wants a three. Short iron. Campbell Penland the rebound on the right block for Carson-Newman. Throws it forward for McMahon on the right block. One dribble. Loses the basketball as it's deflected out of play by Ellington. Shot clock at 24. Game clock at 4:26. Carson-Newman 28. King 10. Hasn't necessarily been the prettiest ball game so far. And Carson-Newman has found a good rhythm from outside. Smith, top of the key, spins it left wing. Gonzalez lobs to McMahon, who steps back for a left elbow jump shot and pours it home. First bucket for McMahon, and Carson-Newman's lead back to 20 for the second time today. 30-10. 35 run right now. 4:07 to play in the first half. Ellington, a left wing, catch and shoot three. Right down the can. 30-13, 4 minutes to play first half. Weichel across the timeline, gives it over to Smith. Nice move by Smith, kicks it out. Weichel, catch and shoot, right wing three, too strong. Rebound bounces into the hands of McKinney on the right elbow. King ball down 17, 3:45 to go first half. Carson-Newman looking to close the opening 20 minutes strong and build this lead back out over 20. It's 17 now. Campbell right wing, back out top for West, fires it left wing for McKinney. Tosses it for Weir, juggles, kicks it, left corner. Ellington a three is an air ball. Rebound to Smith on the right block. Smith throws it forward. Gonzalez catches, one dribble, reverse layup from the left block to the right block for the reverse layup. Gonzalez into the scoring column. Carson-Newman leads it by 19. Loose ball in the backcourt. Weichel gets in there, picks it up, gives it over to Gonzalez. She missed the shot short. Rebound picked up by Penland. Chucks it out. McMahon top of the key. Technical foul is whistled on King. Somebody on the King bench popped up and had a comment for the officiating crew, and they'll have to stop play here. 32-13, Carson-Newman on top. And the technical foul, 13, Raquel Miller is called for the tech. So Braylon Weichel will head to the free throw line. Weichel at 94% on the year. One of two that are above 90 for the season. First free throw rolls around and falls out. Carson-Newman 0-3 at the foul line. And one more here from Braylon Weichel. That one is up there. That one goes straight down the courts. Aurora Garcia and Ellington are back on the floor for King. 3:03 to play first half. Carson-Newman has its largest lead of the day for the third time at 20. 33-13. Penland right wing in the all-white jerseys for Carson-Newman. Feeds Gonzalez. Runs into an impediment at the right elbow. Kicks it right corner McMahon. Around the perimeter it goes to Gonzalez. Feeds it through a couple defenders. Smith picks it up and puts it in with the right hand. 11th assist on 14 made buckets for Carson-Newman. 35-13, largest margin of the day. 2:37 to go first half. And Braylon Weichel is called for a reach-in foul. Her second personal. And a fresh five coming in for Mike Mincy's group. Rutherford, Alvey, Boshears, Rogers, and Mbugwa on the floor with 2:35 to go first half. And the inbound comes to McKinney. Or take that, that's Ellington. And the setup of the offense with 2.5 to go in the first half. Campbell right wing. Campbell gives it over to Garcia. Left wing Ellington feeds it underneath. That is Allen. Gives it out for Campbell. Misses the jump shot way too strong. Loose ball in the left corner. Bodies on top of each other. Rogers rips it out of the hands of Campbell. And here's a jump ball that's going to favor Carson-Newman. Well, two King players in Rutherford were down on the ground, and the pass came out, and Rogers was taking it out of the King player's paws. Carson-Newman 35 of the last 43 points after failing to score in the first 4.5 minutes, trailing 5-0 early. That builds up a 22-point lead. Boshears has the ball on the right wing for Carson-Newman. Against man-to-man defense, Rogers gets a sprinting start to the lane, throws a cross-court pass that takes a deflection. Then Alvey saves it in needlessly. Would have been off of King. Instead, Potts returns the favor by dribbling it off of her sneakers. 16th turnover for King. Well, every team that has played King has turned it over at least 15 times, and 7 teams have turned it over 20+. But Carson-Newman shooting 44% and leads by 22. 1:40 to go first half. Rogers, top of the key, dribbles right down the right side of the lane, floats a shot up there. She left it short. Rebound pokes to Potts. Potts gets all the way to the lane. Tier drops the shot up there and puts it in. 35-15 as Potts has 5 now. 1:23 to go first half. Alvey to the left side of the lane. Left-hand layup is up and in. 8 for Michaela Alvey, and the margin's at 22. 37-15, 73 seconds to go first half. Ellington sets up the offense as we wind towards 1 minute to play in the first half. Right wing. Smiley gives it for Garcia, and Rutherford's there to swat it away. Second block of the day for Tori Rutherford. Cross-court pass from the left wing to the right wing. Boshier sprints to the lane, pulls up at the free throw line for a jump shot. Well wide left. Rebound loose in the left corner, picked up by Allen. 40 seconds to play first half. About a 14-second differential shot to game clock. Smiley feeds it out. Ellington, 34 and 33 to play in the first half. Ellington, right to left crossover into the lane. A right-hand teardrop straight down the barrel. 37-17. Carson-Newman is led by as many as 22 and have a chance to make that the halftime margin. Shot clock is off. 15 and 14 to go in the first half. 37-17. Rutherford dribbles, stops on the right wing, throws it out to Alvey, spins it to Rogers left wing. Backdoor pass underneath. Alvey grabs it as she's falling away, puts it off the window and in, and Carson-Newman has its largest lead of the day at halftime. 39-17. It's a 22-point differential. And the Lady Eagles took a few minutes to get going, but once they got going, unstoppable against the Tornado. Carson-Newman surges at the end. 7 different players have scored. The Lady Eagles bury 6 trifectas in the opening 20 minutes and have a 39-17 lead at the break. Lady Eagles on top by 22 at halftime, looking for a 4th straight win. And 20 minutes away from that to put a bow on the 2022 calendar year. Halftime at Holt. Stick with us. ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime report. We'll have scores from around the league, as well as first half stats when we return to Mossy Creek here in just a moment on the Eagle Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to ShopSeeingEagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeingEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeingEagles.com. Visit today.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit InterDigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime report in just 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
It's halftime. Your first half scoring summary and a check of the ShopCNEagles.com sack scoreboard are headed your way.
Smith, right wing, three-pointers up, it's in! Potentially a dagger for CN!
Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watrang.
Carson-Newman leads against the King Tornado 39-17 at the break. Carson-Newman surging at the end of the half and shooting 44% overall, 16 of 36, 6 of 14 from 3, 43%. Just 1 of 4 at the free throw line so far in the game. King on the other side, 7 of 26 from the field, 27%. 3 of 12 from the three-point line, 25%. They haven't attempted a foul shot so far. Carson-Newman led in scoring. How about Michaela Alvey? Made every shot she took, all 4 of them. Has 10 points in 12 minutes. Only player on either side in double figures. Campbell Penland, 9 points, 7 rebounds, a couple assists for the sophomore from Sevierville. 6 points from Harley Smith, 5 apiece from Tori Rutherford and Braylon Weichel, and 2 apiece from Callie McMahon and Emily Gonzalez. Carson-Newman, 13 assists on 16 made buckets so far. King on the other side being led in scoring right now by Leasia Ellington, 8 points from her, 5 from Jaden Potts, 2 apiece from Grauman and West. Only 4 players have scored so far for King in this game. Carson-Newman leads in the paint, 16-8. Off of turnovers, 17-5. Second chance points, 11-2. Fast break, 12-8. And bench points, 14-2. The lead changed hands once. King by as many as 5. Carson-Newman by as many as 22. And a lead for Carson-Newman that lasted almost the final 14 minutes of the opening half. This is the ShopCNEagles.com halftime report brought to you by ShopCNEagles.com, the official athletics online store of Carson-Newman, featuring more than 1,100 products from T-shirts and polos to phone skins and pet collars. That's ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Well, quality opening half of basketball. If you subtract a couple minutes there for Carson-Newman, took a little bit of a moment for Carson-Newman to find that rhythm, but here inside of Holt, the final day of Carson-Newman's action for the 2022 calendar year. Looking to win a 4th straight, looking to get to 8-5, and looking to punctuate the calendar year with a 4th consecutive win. Halftime at Holt. When we come back, we'll update you on some of the scores from around the rest of the league. Does Lenore Rhine stay undefeated? We'll answer that question and more when we return to Holt Fieldhouse. Carson-Newman leads by 22. 39-17 here on the ShopCNEagles.com halftime report on the Eagle Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through auto owner's insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931. A check of the ShopCNEagles.com SAC scoreboard is next. This is the Eagle Sports Network. If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman bookstore.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
The Eagle Sports Network is part of SAC Live, the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference. SAC Live is the home of all your South Atlantic Conference sports action, including 20 SAC championships. Time to get caught up with some SACtion. Here are the happenings around the South Atlantic Conference and the nation. Let's go around the league with a ShopCNEagles.com scoreboard update. Now back to the arena.
We're welcome back to Holt Fieldhouse, where Carson-Newman has opened up a 22-point lead on the King Tornado, 39-17 here at halftime. Carson-Newman in control in the women's game, and for the first time in a long time, it was the men's team that played first. And after it was maybe a little nip and tuck for the first few minutes, Tennessee Wesleyan showing well, Carson-Newman exploded. 17 three-pointers in the game, and the Eagles win at 110-65 over Tennessee Wesleyan. Caleb Bridgewater goes ballistic. 30 points, 8 of 12 from long range, 7 rebounds as well. One of the 4 double-figure scores for the Eagles. Bryant Thomas finished with 17. Monty Johal with a dozen, and Luke Brennigan finished with 11 points and 6 assists for the Eagles, shooting 57% in the ball game to improve to 10-2 to begin the year. And the Eagles in fine form. They have one more game on New Year's Eve. Otherwise, in a really good position at this point of the year. Scores from around the women's game. Lenore Rhine stays unbeaten. 77-60 winners over Mount Olive. Sunday, there were some games as well. Yesterday, Lees McRae takes down Mars Hill 69-63. Wingate upends Lander in overtime 79-74. And those are your scores from around the league that are already final. There's a couple games coming up here in a little bit. UNC Pembroke plays host to Catawba. That is a 5:30 tip-off. Same with Anderson and Augusta. That game taking place at Anderson. And then Wingate, after playing Lander yesterday, has to turn around and take on North Georgia at 6 o'clock tonight. And then that will give us an 11-day pause between action. It'll be Belmont Abbey and Wingate on December 30th. The next action after today in the South Atlantic Conference. Here at Holt Fieldhouse, Carson-Newman has control of the lead, 39-17. Be sure to stick with us after the game. We'll crown our AEC electrifying play of the game. Eagle fans, AEC is your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, service you can trust. Value can depend on powering Mossy Creek. We're AEC member-owned and service-driven. Halftime at Holt, Carson-Newman by 22. Lady Eagles will have the opportunity to win a 24th consecutive game against King. And we'll try to see what they can do when we come back in the second half, when we return on the ShopCNEagles.com halftime report on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We've got a quality contractor network, easy financing, and ANC inspects every job to assure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aecoop.org for application, contractor list, and more details. AEC, we're power with purpose. This is Carson-Newman basketball.
Into the front court, loses her dribble, kicks it out, right wing, three from Bergstrom is up and good. As the buzzer sounds to end the first half.
On the Eagles Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Back at Holt Fieldhouse, Carson-Newman leads 39-17 at halftime. Before we start the second half, we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Eagle Sports Network. Skip Roberts is our producer today. I'm Michael Watrang, sitting courtside, wishing you a pleasant Monday afternoon, transitioning into the evening hours here at Holt Fieldhouse. Carson-Newman failed to score in the first 4:28, then rattled off 14 in a row, a 28-3 scoring binge by double figures, and that's where we stand right now, 39-17, and we're just about ready to start off the second half here at Holt Fieldhouse. Michaela Alvey leading the way with 10 points in the game. 39-17. Great to have you with us here today, and we're just about ready to start off the second half for this contest. Carson-Newman 23-0 against King all time. The last three times they've played at Holt, Carson-Newman has won, or has put up 111, 108, and 107. And they're looking for triple digits, and if they do that, they'll need 61 second half points to get there. Potts has it. King has the ball. Navy jerseys, red collars, white lettering. Right wing, it goes to Ellington. Kicks it out to McKinney, top of the key. Works around the screen to her left. Thought about a jump shot, instead fires it underneath, where it's caught by Allen. Feeds it over to Grumman. Heard a little teardrop on the left-hand side. Falls short. Penland there for the board. Campbell Penland into the front court. Carson-Newman ahead by 22. Weichel on the left baseline had just 5 points, the team's leading scorer. Smith on the left block, feeds it over Alvey. Made all of her shots in the first half. Swings it back out, Smith, good ball fake. Sprints to the lane, finds a wide open Braylon Weichel. Ball fakes to get a defender in the air, dribbles left, misses a three-pointer short. Offensive rebound, Smith. Her putback attempt is blocked. Tapped out by Alvey to Boshiers. On the left wing, and Carson-Newman resets. Smith grabs it, right side of the lane, bounces it to the left baseline. Right baseline, rather. Weichel dribbles to the right elbow, gets it inside. Smith all the way around the defender to the left block and puts in a little left-hand layup. Smith with 8. Carson-Newman's lead is 24, 41-17. 1 minute in to the third. Ellington on the left baseline sets up the offense for King. Carson-Newman man-to-man defense. Potts swings it left wing, Ellington. Now Grauman down the right side of the lane, puts a shot up, and Braylon Weichel commits her third personal foul. She came over on the help side defense, but was a tad too late to draw the charge. Got her hand up there, and that's where the infraction occurred, sending Grauman to the line. Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electric contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. Grauman 77% on the year, gets a friendly roll on the first foul shot. And the southpaw puts the second one up there. This one, another friendly roll. A lot of rim, a lot of the backboard before going in. 41-19. 8:40 to go in the third. Alvey's wide open on the right wing, and her first miss of the day clangs off the backboard and is picked up by Grauman. Sprinting front court left to right, feeds it out to Ellington left wing. Sprints to the middle of the lane, hangs, floats a teardrop. Too strong, gets her own miss though on the right block, and then has it poked out of her hands by Michaela Alvey. 8:24 to play in the third. Carson-Newman 41, King 19. Lady Eagles look for a fourth straight win. Inbound comes to the right corner, McKinney. Back out, Potts right wing. Dribbles to her left, stops at the free throw line, feeds it out for Ellington. Gets to the paint, throws it to Potts. Potts a little running, left-hand teardrop, left it short. Boshiers has it fall right in her lap. And Carson-Newman has the ball ahead by the halftime margin of 22 points. Penland on the right wing, kicks it back out. Smith, ball fakes on the three. Sprints the lane, feeds it to Weichel, and we get a whistle before the shot attempt. It is on King, and it goes on Ashley Allen, who commits her second. And off of the bench comes Raquel Miller. Smith got tripped up as she went into the lane. 41-19, 1:59 elapsed in the third. Carson-Newman ball on the baseline. Smith catches right corner. Around the perimeter with two passes to Penland left wing. Gives it back, Weichel. Thought about a jump shot. Instead dribbles right, stops on the right baseline. Kicks it out, Penland. Catch and shoot, top of the key three. Wide left. Nice tip by Alvey, alertly over to Smith. The assist to Alvey, the layup to Smith. Carson-Newman's lead to 24. 43-19, 7:38 to go in the third. And a turnover. Ellington dribbles it off of her sneakers on the baseline, and Carson-Newman forcing a 17th giveaway. Lady Eagles have 17 points off of those giveaways. 43-19, 7:34 to go in the third period. Alvey in the right corner, feeds it to Smith, and Smith is promptly fouled by Miller, who commits her second. She was called for a technical foul on the bench in the first half. Weichel will inbound the basketball. Carson-Newman shooting 43% in the game, 50% outside of Weichel. Inbound, Smith, right corner. Smith will pull the trigger on a three-pointer. It's an air ball, though. Rebound picked up by McKinney. Feeds it forward for Potts. Right-hand side, crosses over right to left, gets to the lane. Left-hand teardrop's well too strong, and it's poked out of play by Campbell Penland. Penland needs a point and 2 boards for a double-double for the fourth time this season. 7:16 to go in the third. 43-19, Carson-Newman ahead. Smiley lobs it to Miller, left wing. Gives a right back to Smiley, and it's a traveling violation. 18th giveaway of the game for King. 43-19, Carson-Newman on top. Looking to add to that here. They've started just 2 of 7 from the field here in the third quarter. Weichel crossing over around a Smith screen, steps back for a jump shot, misses it off the front of the rim twice, and then it's tapped out of play by Alvey. 7:02 to go in the third. The shooting struggles for Braylon Weichel continue. Just 5 points for a player that averages 19 a game this year. Second best in the league. Smiley against the full court pressure, dribbles to the middle of the floor, spins around, loses it, and then gives it to Grauman as she picks it up as Carson-Newman's defense had sagged off. Grauman down the left side of the lane with a couple dribbles, forces up a left-hand layup off the window and down. 43-21, 6 3/4 minutes to go in the third. Weichel around the screen, feeds it for Smith. Smith shovels it to a driving Alvey, and Miller steps in, and a charging violation is called against Michaela Alvey. Well, Miller was anticipating it, stepped over, and upon second looks, you could have made the argument that that should have been a block. Instead, Smiley breaking the pressure, getting all the way to left block. Smith got a piece of it. Rebound off the backboard, picked up by Penland. Her ninth to the front court, Boshiers. Slaloming through the lane. Good ball fake as she grabs the basketball in the S in the SAC logo in the lane and drops in the jump shot. First points of the game for Boshiers, who the last time she was here dropped 31 against Mars Hill. Left-hand side, Grauman left wing. Gives it out, Miller. 6:06 to go in the third. 45-21. Carson-Newman, third 24-point lead of the half. Miller left wing. Gives it out, Grauman to Potts on the right wing. Potts looks underneath, gives it back out for McKinney. Sprints left around a screen to Smiley. Pulls up for a three-pointer. Too strong here. Penland grabs the rebound. That is number 10 for Campbell Penland. Sprints to the right side of the lane. Slaloms. Gets past the defender with a step-through move on the right block and sticks in the layup. Double-double for Penland. Rebound at one end, layup at the other, and then she steals the inbound. Feeds it inside for Weichel on the left block. Kicks it out to Penland. Underneath, Smith wide open, taps it out. Left corner, Weichel a three. Finally connecting from deep. Quick buckets for the Lady Eagles, a 5-point possession, and it's to a 29-point lead. 50-21, 5:13 to go in the third. Smiley all the way to the left block. Right-hand layup falls off the rim. Carson-Newman scored 7 in a row. Boshiers right side of the lane misses a shot short. Helter-skelter we go. 29-point lead midway through the third. Potts gets to the lane, bounces it out. Miller left wing, chucks up the three. Too strong here. Penland's got another rebound. Campbell will dribble towards the front court, lob it forward for Smith. Tries to bounce it around Boshiers. Then it is Miller grabbing the basketball, and a timeout is called for by King. Good hustle by Miller, and it brings us to a immediate timeout. 50-21. Carson-Newman scored 7 straight. Looking to keep it rolling when we come back to Holt Fieldhouse in a moment on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser-focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Carson-Newman has scored the game's last 7 points, and the Lady Eagles have opened up a 29-point differential. 50-21. 4:40 remains in the third quarter. Carson-Newman has started 5 of 12 from the floor here in this third. King 1 of 9. Carson-Newman's been great on the offensive end in second chance opportunities. 15 second chance points. Mike Mincy brings in the young group. Rutherford, Gonzalez, McMahon, Alvey, and Rogers, all underclassmen on the floor for Mike Mincy's group, with 4.5 minutes to go in the third. Garcia dribbles to the right block for King, and then puts a shot up, and they call a foul on Keely Rogers. Her first personal foul. And it brings us to another media timeout. So quickly right back to a media timeout. We'll step out for a break. Lady Eagles by 29 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
AEC is a distributor for Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and warranted not to leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-lasting temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position. And the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment draining. AEC, we're power with purpose.
Carson-Newman leads it 50-21 against a King unit in which Carson-Newman has won the last 8 at Holt by double figures. Last time Carson-Newman didn't win by 8 at home against King, you have to go back to 1989. First free throw is too strong from Garcia. And she gets another opportunity. Ashlyn Crittenden has stepped onto the floor as well for Carson-Newman. Second free throw from Garcia goes down the hatch. First made foul shot on her third attempt of the year. 50-22 ends a Carson-Newman 7-0 run for the time being. Pass underneath looking for McMahon, gets deflected and stolen away by Ashley Allen. King ball down by 28 points. Carson-Newman's 29-point lead moments ago was the largest of the day. Left wing Campbell. Jada Campbell fires it over to the right point. Ellington crossing over, getting down the paint, feeds it over for Allen. Allen gets to the lane with a couple dribbles, feeds it out for Garcia. 6 on the shot clock. Garcia shimming, shaking, finally falling away, jacking a shot up. Well too strong on it. It's an air ball. McMahon the rebound. Weir called for the foul. 3:52 to go in the third. Carson-Newman leads by 28, 50-22 here at Holt Fieldhouse. Let's see how Carson-Newman can go about their scoring now. Smith, Alvey, and Penland all in double figures. All on the bench right now. Gonzalez right wing. McMahon. Crittenden throws it over to Gonzalez right wing. Sprints right, gets around Weir, chucks it to the corner. Rutherford. Crittenden. Now Rogers, a three-pointer, gets blocked. Allen grabs the basketball. And here comes King to the front court, down by 28. Campbell all the way to the left block and draws the foul as she went strong to the cup. And McMahon called for the personal foul. 50-22, 3:25 to play in the third. Carson-Newman looking for its longest winning streak of the season. It would be 4 straight if they pull this one out today. Campbell makes the first. Mike Mincy against his alma mater, 10-0 all time. Trying to make it 11-0 here today. Second free throw from Campbell's up there, and that one's it. 3 straight points by the Tornado, trims it to 26. 50-24, 3:22 to play in the third. Rutherford left wing, picks up her dribble, gives it to McMahon. Free throw line jump shot wide left. Offensive rebound Rutherford. Gets caught underneath the bucket, throws it to the lane, and it's intercepted by Garcia. Might have been a 3-second violation regardless. Ellington kicks it to the corner. Campbell gets to the left block, misses the shot, and then a foul is whistled on Tori Rutherford as she went into the backside of Allen, and that'll be free throws coming up here for the Tornado. Second foul on Tori Rutherford, and more foul shots here for King. They didn't take any in the first half, and they've now taken 6 in the second, and Carson-Newman brings in a fresh 5. Weichel, Alvey, Smith, Mbugwa, Penland out there. InterDigital strives to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services. InterDigital, laser-focused on your success. Allen misses the first foul shot wide right, and a second opportunity coming here for Allen. Carson-Newman has not scored in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. 3 turnovers in that period. Allen's second foul shot is up there with the right hand, and this one goes through. And a fresh 5 as well for King. Grauman, McKinney, Smiley, West, Miller on the floor for the Tornado. And Carson-Newman doubling up King, 50-25, looking for the first points in almost 2.5 minutes. Weichel to come across the timeline. Gives it to the left wing, Alvey, and Mbugwa top of the key. Right wing, Smith gives it to the left point from Penland. Penland dribbles left around an Mbugwa screen. Gets to the left baseline, throws a backdoor cut. Alvey slicing through the lane. That was a terrific find by Penland. 52-25, ends that. Carson to the right block, floats in the shot. Nobody was defending her, and she puts it off the glass. 52-27, that snaps a drought of 6 straight missed shots for King. Penland, top of the keys, to Alvey left wing, and fires it into the seats as Weichel had started to run back door. 52-27, Carson-Newman on top, 2:20 to play in the third. And the Lady Eagles close out the third period with a strong flourish and pull away from the Tornado even further than this 25-point margin. It's been as many as 29 in the quarter. Smiley has been fairly quiet today. No points after 44 in the last two. And Alvey strips it out of the hands of West on the baseline. 2:06 to go in the third. Carson-Newman leads at 52-27. Inbound from West on the baseline. West looks, now fires it out. It takes a deflection off of Mbugwa. Miller alertly picks it up and puts it in off the window on the left block. It's down to 23, 52-29. Smith getting a running start, throws it over, and Mbugwa right block puts in the layup. First points for the redshirt freshman from Danville, Kentucky. 54-29, 1:48 to go in the third. Smiley, back-to-back 20-point scoring efforts for Smiley. No points today. Rahman right point. Miller wants a three-pointer from the left point. Short iron, wide right, and the rebound is tracked down by Smiley on this near right sideline, but the front half of her shoe steps out of bounds. 54-29. Carson-Newman leads with 90 seconds to play in the third. Weichel on the far right side. Spins around, uses a screen from Smith, hands it off to Alvey. Alvey gets to the right elbow, pulls up for a jump shot, wide right. The rebound picked up by Miller. 1:17 to play in the third, 54-29. Carson-Newman on top. Rahman right point. Miller, left point. West, left wing, catching, shooting a three, too strong. Rahman an offensive rebound, forces a shot back up against a straight-up Alvey. It's too strong. Penland there for her 12th rebound. Third double-double of the year for Campbell Penland as she dribbles to the top of the key, puts up a jump shot, missed it. Offensive rebound deflected to Penland, and then bodies collide, and a foul is whistled on the Tornado. Miller is called for her third. Just the team's fourth with 49.3 seconds to go in the third. Potts is coming in, joined by Ashley Allen. And it is Smiley and Miller coming off of the floor. 54-29. Carson-Newman leads King 23-0 all time against the Tornado. Inbound comes to Penland, top of the key. Penland gives it over to Smith, right back. Campbell Penland, nobody's on her. Wide open three, connection again. Fourth three-pointer for Penland. She has a team-high 14, and it's back to 28, 57-29. 9-second differential shot to game clock and a chance for Carson-Newman to get a stop and a bucket heading into the fourth. West down the right side of the lane, and her layup attempt rolls around the rim and goes in. Friendly roll for her. Carson-Newman by 26, 20 seconds to play in the third. Shot clock off, Weichel across the timeline. Lady Eagles shooting it at 44% in the game. That's what King allows this season. 8-7, Weichel left wing, works to the top of the key, hesitates, sprints down the right side of the lane, stops, spins around, 2 seconds left, teardrop, too strong. Rebound picked up by Allen, and that's how the quarter comes to an end. Carson-Newman 57, King 31. It's a 26-point margin going to the fourth. Lady Eagles will try to put the bow on the 2022 calendar year with a win. When we come back, Lady Eagles in control here at Holt Fieldhouse as you tune in to Carson-Newman Women's Basketball on the home of Carson-Newman Athletics, the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Light is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilight.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Carson-Newman leads at 57-31 here as we start the fourth quarter. Lady Eagles will have Boshears, Rogers, Rutherford, Smith, and Penland on the floor. Boshears left wing. Dribbles to her right, Kicks it to Penland, right point. Penland sprints right off of a screen, kicks it out. Smith, top of the key, sprints to the right elbow, off of a dribble, kicks it out to Boshiers. Shot clock at 9. Penland right wing, jabbing, 7 and 6, plenty of time. Penland backdoor cut for Smith underneath, has it stripped, throws it out. Penland will not get it off in time, and it is a shot clock violation. Well, the clock is at 9:23, so the clock had to have kept rolling. They put 9:26 on the clock. 57-31, Carson-Newman on top. Lady Eagles have outscored the Tornado in every quarter so far, but just by 4 in the third. Fall away shot from West on the right baseline, off of 1 foot, goes down. 4 straight for the Tornado, and it's down to 24 again. 57-33, 9:10 to play. Rogers kicking it out. Penland dribbles right, throws the cut to Boshiers left wing. Cross-court pass off the hands of Rutherford, and Carson-Newman's turned it over now 16 times in the game. 57-33. Right-hand side, McKinney throws it to Grauman, middle of the floor. Grauman attacks the left side of the lane, puts a shot up, it's too strong. Rogers grabs the rebound for Carson-Newman, leading it by 24, 8:50 to play. Rogers to the lane, right side of the lane, floating shot, rolls around the rim, nearly looked like it was going to fall off before it goes in. 59-33, Carson-Newman leads by 26, 8:37 to play. Carson-Newman gets some stops defensively. Down the right side of the paint, West has her shot swatted out of bounds by Rogers. Carson-Newman has 8 blocks in the game, leading at 59-33, 8.5 to play in the contest. Carson-Newman looking for a 4th straight win to close out the calendar year. It improved to 5-1 in December. And it's season-long 4th consecutive win. 8 on the shot clock. Grauman top of the key. Right to left crossover. Down left side of the lane. Boshiers another block. It bounces off the body of Grauman. Out of bounds, and good defense again. 9th swat for the Lady Eagles. Boshiers on that one. 59-33, 8:10 to play in the game. Rutherford across the timeline will dribble right wing and hand it off to Penland. Swings it Boshiers left point. Rogers left wing. Out top of the key. Smith to the right wing, Boshiers. Back out top, Penland. Catch and shoot, wide open 3. Too strong, rebound loose in the corner. Rogers tracks it down on the right wing. She dribbles to the free throw line, shifts it off for Smith. Teardrop in the lane, too strong. Rebound deflects to Grauman. And here comes King to the front court. Good looks for Carson-Newman, just didn't convert. 7:41 to play in the game. 59-33, Carson-Newman ahead by 26. McKinney dribbles to the right elbow for a jump shot that is a smooth stroke. First points of the game for McKinney. She averages 6, and it's down to 24. 59-35, 7.5 to go. Penland gets to the right block, forces a shot up. It gets blocked by West. King running to the front court. West all the way to the right block. Floats, and Rogers is there with the answer to swat it off of the hardwood. 7:15 to play. 59-35. Carson-Newman's offense has struggled here in the second half. Really good block by Rogers. Both hands up to send it to the ground. 59-35, 7:15 left. Inbound Weir hands it right back for Ellington. Sprints to the lane, puts a shot up. It's short. Rutherford got a piece of it and taps it out of bounds. 7:09 to play in the game. 59-35. Weichel and Mpugwa are in. Smith and Penland are out. Carson-Newman's lead has stretched to as many as 29. And after a sluggish start, the Lady Eagles have been full throttle ever since, leading it by 24 with 7 minutes to go. And here's a whistle and a foul. It's an illegal screen set by Smiley, who commits her second. 59-35. Carson-Newman on top. 7:04 to play. Grinding this one to the end. Weichel across the timeline. Bounces it with her left hand over to Boshiers. Boshiers left to right crossover down the lane. Lobs it for Mpugwa left block. Dribbles once, throws it to Weichel at the free throw line. Dribbles to the lane, back pedals out. 10 on the shot clock, gets to the left block, double clutches, misses the shot. Rebound swiped out of Mpugwa's hands. Over to Jordan Weir in the 6'5 Post player grabs it. Smiley in the front court. Falls to the ground. Rogers takes it out of her hands. Lady Eagles have numbers. 4-on-1 the other way. Rogers lobs it, and it's deflected, taken away by Ellington. Lady Eagles had 4-on-1. Easily should have been a layup. Instead, Smiley to the right block, draws the foul, and she goes to the free throw line. Well, Carson-Newman is up by 24, but they have not played their A game in this contest. 2.5 minutes without points. And Smiley to the line. She's been great. The last 2 games, 22 out of 26 from the free throw line. 6:20 to play. Foul shots coming up in a 24-point game. Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider, providing Jefferson City with ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband. Let them serve you. Visit trilite.net. Smiley's first free throw is in. One more coming up for the freshman from Indianapolis and Lawrence Central High School. Second free throw from Smiley, rattles in, and it's down to 22, 59-37, 6:20 to play in the game. Carson-Newman just 2 points in the fourth quarter. Alvey left wing, gives it over to Rogers between the rings, lobs it underneath. Mbugwa puts the shot up, this time a much better pass from Rogers, and Mbugwa sticks it in. 61-37, 6 minutes to go in the game. Carson-Newman by 24. West left wing. Can Carson-Newman build this thing back up near 30? Smiley stepping back. That is a 2-point shot. Well wide right. Barely grazed the back iron. And the rebound picked up by Rogers. Sprints front court. Alvey kicks it. Weichel wide open. Left corner 3. Rattles out. Offensive rebound in Mbugwa. She puts it back up. That doesn't fall. Smiley the rebound. Sprinting front court. Smiley to the right block. Right hand layup off the window. 61-39, 5.5 to play. Carson-Newman not putting away this King side. Rogers, top of the key, dribbles once, puts up the 3, way too strong. 61-39, 5:17 to go. Smiley down left side of the lane, misses a layup. Alvey the rebound. Alvey dribbles it into the front court, right to left. Lady Eagles leading by 22. Weichel left corner, catching, shooting a 3-pointer. That swirls out. Offensive rebound, Rutherford. Gives it out, Weichel, and another chance for Carson-Newman to recycle. Weichel is 3 of 16 from the field. She makes 51% this year from the floor. Stops on the left baseline, chucks it out. Rogers, left wing 3. That's too strong. Rebound picked up by West. Carson-Newman is 2 of 11 from the floor in the quarter, being outscored 8-4. Ellington wants a 3, leaving it short. Weichel the rebound. 4:35 to play in the game. Rutherford had Alvey for a second, but decides to hold on to it as the defender was flashing back. Carson-Newman has missed 9 of his last 10 shots. 61-39, a lead with 4:24 to go. Weichel left elbow, kicks it back out. Rogers. Rogers sprints to the right block, hangs, floats the layup off the glass. And that breaks a little bit of a seal on the glass for Carson-Newman. 63-29, 4:09 to play in the game. Carson-Newman's droughts have been a problem. Here's a deflection by Rogers. Rogers bounces it forward. Excellent pass by Rogers, and Rutherford, the benefactor, cutting to the left block, grabs the ball and puts it in with the left hand. 7 for Rutherford, 65-39, 3:50 to go. 26-point lead for Carson-Newman. Miller dribbling right. Backs it out as we get a whistle and a foul on Carson-Newman with 3:40 to play in the game. It's on Braylon Weichel, and she is fouled out. So Weichel is fouled out, and that brings us to a pause in play. Lady Eagles lead at 65-39, 3:40 to go in the game here on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee and Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Carson-Newman is led by as many as 29. It's 26 right now, 65-39. 3:40 to go in the game. Braylon Weichel is fouled out for just the second time in her career. The program's second leading scorer in history, closing in on 2,000 for her career, is done. Campbell inbounds for King on the baseline. Gives it out to McKinney, over to Potts. Potts dribbles to the right baseline. Feeds it out, Campbell right wing. Dribbles all the way to the right block and puts in a right-hand layup. 65-41, 3.5 to play. Crittenden in the front court for Carson-Newman. Ashlyn, the rookie, gives it out top for Rogers. Fires it over to Alvey on the right wing. Alvey sprints to the paint, hangs for the left-hand layup off the window. 14 for Michaela Alvey. 67-41, 3:13 to go in the game. Grauman over to McKinney, left wing. Out of the right-hand side, Potts. Around a screen. Gives it back to Campbell. Campbell lobs it underneath. Crittenden got a piece of it. Weir grabs it. Campbell open, top of the key, three. That's well wide right. Rogers is there to grab down her 7th rebound of the day. Feeds it forward. McMahon lobs it for Crittenden. She juggles, and it's picked up by Potts. Might have been a layup on a more accurate pass. Campbell on the left wing. Dribbles along the baseline. Hands it out to Potts on the right wing. Her three is swatted by Alvey. Crittenden comes out of there with it. Alvey grabs it all the way to the left block. Left-hand layup is in. 16 for Alvey. And Mike Mincy wants a substitution. Caroline Clemmer comes into the game to replace Alvey with those 16 points. 69-41, Carson-Newman by 28. Carson-Newman all of a sudden has made 4 straight shots. Grauman between the rings. To the left-hand side, Campbell. Left-hand pass underneath Weir. Weir, left-hand shot, well too strong off the glass. And then the rebound is poked out of play by Rogers. Mistimed her jump. That ball hung on the rim for an extra second. Gallegos and Garcia are in. McKinney and Grauman are out. Campbell lobs it for Weir in the lane. Weir gives it to Campbell left baseline. She sprints to the left block, puts a shot up. It's too strong. Garcia with the offensive rebound. She missed the putback. Clemmer a rebound. Carson-Newman ball ahead by 28. A chance for their largest lead of the day on this trip. Clemmer on the right elbow. A jump shot is too strong. Rebound picked out of there by Campbell. 69-41, 1:56 to play. Potts dribbling to the right-hand side. Has it taken out of her hands. Crittenden has it. Ashlyn Crittenden feeds it ahead for McMahon on the right block. She puts it in. Callie McMahon with 4. The lead is at 30 for the first time today. 71-41. 1:40 to play in the game. Carson-Newman's been hot of late. At least 75 points in 3 straight. And a whistle and a foul called here on Keely Rogers with 1:34 to play. Carson-Newman has won by 21, 33, 36 in the last 3. And this will be a 4th consecutive win, and Carson-Newman will go to 24-0 all-time against King. And Mike Mincy against his alma mater will go to 11-0. Gallegos hands it off to McCullough. McCullough down the right side of the paint draws the foul against Crittenden. So foul shots coming up with 1:26 to go. Carson-Newman scored 6 straight points. They've made 5 of 6. King hasn't scored in 2 minutes. And Jordan McCullough, the freshman from Ottawa, Tennessee, 0 of 2 at the line this season, gets 2 foul shots and sticks the first. Lady Eagles lead this one by 29. One more here for McCullough. 4 points all season for the rookie. And she missed the second foul shot. Rogers is there to grab her 8th rebound. Filling the stats yet again. Gonzalez to Crittenden left corner. Back to Gonzalez. Top of the key, Rogers. Left wing, Crittenden. Now Gonzalez in the left corner. Ball fakes. Gets to the paint. Kicks it out. Rogers dribbles to her left. Kicks it out. The left wing, McMahon. McMahon springs it over to Rogers. Lobs underneath. Crittenden left baseline. 8 on the shot clock. Rogers has it. Throws it underneath. Gonzalez is wide open underneath the cup and uses the right hand to stick in the layup. 73-42, 55 seconds to play. Carson-Newman by 31. And for the 9th straight meeting here at Holt Fieldhouse, Carson-Newman will win by double figures against King. They will fail to score triple digits, though, for the first time in 4 meetings. Air ball on this shot by Gallegos. About a 9-second differential shot to game clock as we had a half minute to go in the game. 73-42. Carson-Newman on top. Rogers hands it off Crittenden. Crittenden right to left crossover. Bounces it out for Rogers. 10 on the shot clock as she dribbles to the right wing. McMahon, top of the key. Three-pointer high arcing. Brings the rain down here at Holt. All chords for McMahon, and that is the punctuation mark on a 24th straight win against King. 76-42. Garcia to the right side of the lane, sticks in the layup. Clock stops at 1.9. Rogers grabs the inbound, and that wraps it up. Carson-Newman wins it 76-42. Lady Eagles win by 32, and Carson-Newman has won 4 in a row, and they put the final touches on the calendar year to improve to 8-5 on the season. Domino's post-game report will have stats, and we'll have conversations with Mike Mincy and company and crown our Food City Player of the Game when we come back to Holt Fieldhouse. Carson-Newman wins it 76-44. Domino's post-game report up next on the Eagle Sports Network.
If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for, no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The game's over, but we're just getting warmed up. The Domino's post-game report starts in 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
This is the Domino's post-game report on the Eagle Sports Network.
Picked up by Rutherford, shovels it to the right wing. Weichel catches, puts the layup off the glass.
Your stats breakdown, a conversation with Mike Mincy, and player interviews are all headed your way. Today's game is also brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that's service built. By the Aramark, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By the Tennessee National Guard, a generation of volunteers. By Food City, value every day. By Tri-Light, dream big with gig. By Quality Suites of Morristown, an official hotel of the Carson-Newman Eagles. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Let's head back to the arena and the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watrang.
Time to wrap things up from Holt Fieldhouse as Carson-Newman takes down the King Tornado by a final score of 76-44 here today. Lady Eagles did their part to ensure a fourth consecutive win down the stretch of the regular season here in 2022. Carson-Newman feeling it early in the first half and then closing things out in half number 2 by making 7 of the final 8 shots from the floor to build up a 34-point lead that closed out at a 32-point margin. Final stats from this one. Crown our AEC electrifying play of the game as well as our Food City player of the game. And we take a look at the stats in this one. Carson-Newman 33 of 75, 44%. Overall, 9 of 27 from the three-point arc. That's 33%. Just 1 of 4 at the free throw line. Very little foul shot opportunities. In fact, there were 27 total foul called between these two clubs. So there were not a whole lot of opportunities for that to occur in this game. Carson-Newman led in scoring. Michaela Alvey ends up leading the way. 16 points, second time this season that she's led the team in scoring after not doing so last year. 3 rebounds, a couple assists, and a couple blocks for her. Campbell Penland with her third double-double of the season. 14 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists in 25 minutes. 10 points from Harley Smith on the day. And for the first time this season, Braylon Weichel fails to score double figures. Came in averaging 18.8 points per ball game and fails to hit that marker here today, finishing with 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, a couple blocks, though, for her. 7 from Tori Rutherford, 7 from Callie McMahon, 4 from Emily Gonzalez, Ruthie Mbugwa, and Keely Rogers, as she has done so often this year, fills up the stat sheet. 4 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 22 minutes for Keely Rogers on the day. King did not have a player score in double figures in this basketball game. They had 11 different players scored, but not one was in double figures. Jalen West and Leasia Ellington each finished with 8 points in the basketball game here today. First time that a Carson-Newman opponent has failed to have anybody finish in double figures since 2019. LMU had that happen roughly 1,119 days ago, the last time that occurred. Ashley Allen had 9 rebounds and 4 blocks, but just 1 point. 6 from Grauman, 5 rebounds, but 2 points from McKinney, 4 from Campbell, 2 from Miller, 4 from Smiley, who had 20 points apiece in each of the last 2 games, 3 points from Aurora Garcia as well on the day. Carson-Newman won the battle in the paint, 44-24, points off turnovers, 24-13. Second chance points, 18-2. Fast break points, 26-16. And bench points, 35-22. Remember a long time ago when Carson-Newman did not score in the first 4:28 of the ball game, 0 points, trailed 5-0. Then they scored the final 14 points of the first quarter. King failed to score in the final 8:19 of the opening period. And Carson-Newman was able to put the punctuation mark on it from that point forward. A couple 14-0 runs in the first half. Overall, at one point, they had a 28-3 scoring surge. And Carson-Newman builds this thing out and closes it out by a final score of 76-44. Time for our AEC electrifying play of the game. You can choose a lot of different plays, but there was a sequence in the first half where Carson-Newman had a steal at one end of the floor. Michaela Alvey got the piece of it. Fed it forward to Tori Rutherford on the right block. She banked it in. Carson-Newman scored 24 points off of 23 King turnovers. And Carson-Newman ends up winning the basketball game by a final margin of 76-44. There's your AEC electrifying play of the game. After all, you're not just a utility customer. You're a co-op member. Carson-Newman victorious today. The Lady Eagles improved to 8-5 on the year, having won 4 consecutive basketball games. Carson-Newman in a good position as they turn their sights to next month, and it will be a challenge to start off that month. Road games at Belmont Abbey, Lincoln Memorial, and at Newberry, and a home game sandwiched in there against a red-hot Tusculum crew in that stretch. And we'll see how Carson-Newman is able to handle things at that point of the season. But the Lady Eagles aren't back in action for another 15 days. January 3rd is the next time Carson-Newman will be back on the hardwood, and they'll get their crack at Belmont Abbey on the road in that ball game. Carson-Newman had 11 blocks today, 4 different players with 2 of them. Rogers led the way with the 3 steals. Pretty good defensive showing. Carson-Newman's last 2 games, they have held opponents to right around 20% shooting. The 2 lowest shooting efforts by a Carson-Newman opponent this season have come in the last 2 of this semester. And Carson-Newman with a strong performance today. Lady Eagles make 7 of their final 8 shots from the field. Carson-Newman closes this one out, winning it 76-44, leading by as many as 34 points on the day. Some quick updates for you. LR takes down Mount Olive on the road 77-60. Coker takes down Southern Wesleyan 68-47. Catawba and UNC Pembroke have just lifted off. Augusta and Anderson is about to tip off as well. And in about 15 minutes, we'll see Wingate and North Georgia get after it in Myrtle Beach. And those are the final games before an 11-day break in South Atlantic Conference action when Belmont Abbey travels to Wingate for a Friday afternoon 2 o'clock action against the Bulldogs in that one. Carson-Newman men's basketball put a nice finishing touch on a home game here. 110-65 was the final score. 64 first half points. Caleb Bridgewater with 30. 8 3-pointers of Carson-Newman, 17 for the game. Eagles shoot 57% from the field, 55% from long range. And Carson-Newman coasts to a 110-65 win over Tennessee Wesleyan on the men's side. The Eagles do have one more game. That's on New Year's Eve in this facility against Belmont Abbey before they can turn their sights. Or no, that's not against Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey's January 3rd. They have a game right before New Year, rather, and that they will turn their sights on. And Chuck Benson's group will be back to work in the lab and ready to roll on New Year's Eve. One more segment. Mike Mincy's making his way up here. I'm sure we'll speak with Campbell Penland. Maybe somebody else, maybe Michaela Alvey will join the crew as well. And Carson-Newman will get their break, but we'll sum things up for you when we return here to Holt Fieldhouse. Domino's post-game report brought to you by Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Whether you're a student looking for a late-night snack or out to eat with your coworkers, Domino's has a deal for you. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your CNID. It also includes 8-piece wings, stuffed cheesy bread, any salad, 9-piece marble cookie brownie. So many options to choose from for that $5.99 special. Or get 25% off your entire order when you bring in your business card at lunch. Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. And the Domino's post-game report puts a bow on everything. Interviews coming your way after Carson-Newman wallops King to stay 24-0 against the Tornado. And we'll have our interviews coming up for you here in just a moment. Stick with us on the Eagle Sports Network.
All electric home with an electric heat pump, an electric water heater, an electric range, and an electric washer and dryer. AEC's certified energy inspector will provide expert advice during construction and a complete home inspection upon finish. Before the drywall is in place, call AEC at 865-719-8322. AEC, your power with purpose. We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931. More player interviews and stats come your way in 60 seconds when the Domino's postgame report continues on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices. Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Carson-Newman polishes off King 76-44 here today. Lady Eagles get 3 double-figure scores. Michaela Alvey leads the team in scoring for the second time in her career. 16 points for her, made 7 out of 9 from the floor. Campbell Penland, her third double-double of the year, 14 points, 13 rebounds. And Harley Smith finishes in double figures, 10 points for Harley. And I believe, yes, it is the first time this season that Harley Smith finishes in double figures this season and picks a good time to do it. Carson-Newman does it without their leading scorer finishing in double figures for the first time this year as Braylon Weichel held to a season-low 8 points in this ball game. Mike Mincy moseying his way on over here to tie a bow on this broadcast as Carson-Newman wins it 76-44 here today. Lady Eagles get the victory, and Carson-Newman can now turn its sights into a new calendar year. We're now joined by Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincy as the Lady Eagles win this one by 32. And, Coach, one of the things that I want to focus on, I know maybe you might not think it was a complete flawless effort, but defensively, second straight game you hold an opponent below 30% shooting, 26% in this one. You're advantageous as well, 24 points off of 23 turnovers. You score 18 second chance points. It might not have been the cleanest game that your team played, but they hustled. How do you assess your group's effort?
Well, I like the way you put it, basically. I mean, it wasn't pretty at times. I thought in the first half after they got a 5-0 lead, of course it was our 3 turnovers that we had that kind of led into that. But on the defensive end especially, you know, out of the press, into the half court, I thought we were pretty tenacious. We had a lot of intensity, keeping our man in front, guarded ball screens the way we want to do it. And every shot attempt it felt like that they took was somewhat contested, and that's what we wanted to do, was try to control that environment, so to speak. And I thought for the most part in that first half we did a good job. We struggled to score and get a rhythm going, but occasionally, we came in, I think Campbell had 3 threes maybe in the first half. We got some stuff out of the press, got some easy layups, and found ourselves with, I think, 39 at the break. So not bad, but felt like it could have been better. But do love the effort on the defensive end for sure.
Braylon Weichel scores a season-low 8 points, 3 of 16 shooting from the field. Very uncharacteristic for her. But you get Michaela Alvey, score 16 points, 7 of 9 shooting from her. Harley Smith with her first double-digit scoring effort of the year. We talked about it before the game. It might not necessarily be 3 players carrying the load at all times, but you have a lot of different options. What can you say about the aggressiveness offensively of some of the players that don't necessarily average as many points?
Well, we've started to see some positive stuff out of our bench in particular, especially on both ends of the floor, but in particular scoring. I think this is Mac's second double-figure game at home. I'm just going off memory here, but when your leading scorer and your scorer of the caliber of Braylon only gets 8 points and you're able to still put up 76 points, win by 32, and have 3 different players scoring double figures. Of course, Campbell has a double-double. I think it's a testament to where we're headed and how we're improving. And we're not just relying on 1 player or 2 players. We have a multitude of players that are capable of coming in on any given night and certainly helping us to score.
When you look at their side, Brianna Dunbar is not playing. She leads the team in scoring this year. But Tori Smiley had scored 20 and 24 the last 2 games, had been living at the foul line.
Yeah.
1 of 8 in this game, 4 points, 8 turnovers. What did you do defensively to frustrate some of their better scorers?
Well, again, it's just, keeping them in front and making them take tough shots over you, whether it be from the 3 or layups, whatever. I thought we did a good job at Emory Henry Saturday. Certainly did a pretty good job with that tonight. And that kid has done a really good job, like you said, of making shots and getting to the free throw line with the amount. I think she shot 26 free throws or something in the last 2 games. And,
we did a good job in the first half. They didn't shoot a free throw in the first half, correct?
Correct.
And we were 1 of 4, and then we come out in the second half. We don't shoot a free throw, and they shoot 12. So I think they've done a good job at home these last 2 games of getting to the free throw line, something like 73 times the last 2 games. Last game in particular was 36 of 43. You held them to 9 of 12 tonight, and I think that's one of the big reasons why we're able to hold them to 44 and come away with a big victory.
Well, now you get an opportunity to kind of take a little bit of a breath here. It has been such a grind these last few weeks, just trying to get to a point where you could right the ship. You've won 4 in a row.
Yeah.
What would you think right now is your message to your team, knowing that you still have a lot of work to do, but an opportunity to feel like maybe you guys have started to figure out who you want to be as a group?
Well, I think we talked a couple of games ago about having an identity. A lot of teams want to have an identity, and I think during the 4-game losing streak that we had, we were really struggling with what our identity was, and I think that we do have an identity the way we've played the last 5 or 6 years, and I think that these last 4 games, and really since we got back from Detroit, to be honest with you, but these last 4 games in particular, I think we've got back to the way that we're capable of playing, the up-tempo style, scoring the ball fairly well, shooting a high percentage. But we're doing a really good job on the defensive end. I mean, I think we gave up 70 to Mars Hill, but we did a much better job against teams like Wise and certainly Emory and Henry and now tonight against King. So, again, it's just about the fact that we've gelled together. We've got good chemistry. We're getting production off the bench. We're able to go 10, 11, sometimes 12 deep into the bench with different pieces, and I think a lot of people are bringing a lot to the table. And I think it just bodes well for us as we go into the second semester. We know that's a long road in the January and February. A lot of great teams be coming here, and we'll be going to face them. And so, but it is nice to have a break. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been a grind. It feels like it's been a whirlwind. So enjoy the 6 days off, and then we'll get back in here on 27th to practice. But glad that we could end this calendar year on a W.
Congrats on the win. Merry Christmas. Enjoy your new year.
You too. Thank you, Mike.
It's Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincy. Lady Eagles win it by a final score of 76-44. Carson-Newman improves to 8-5 on the season here today. Carson-Newman wins this ball game 76-44, and today's Food City Player of the Game is Campbell Penland. Value every day. That is Food City. 3rd double-double of the year for you, Campbell. What was your mindset in a game like this that wasn't necessarily the most electric offensively? You guys had to grind it out.
My mindset coming in was really just focused on doing the little things, playing hard, getting rebounds, just doing the dirty work that not everybody wants to do, coming and doing that, and then that leads to offense and just playing hard.
This is one of those games where you don't score for the first 4.5 minutes of the game. You get a little bit of a run, then there's another scoring drought in there, but the defense really keyed everything.
Yep.
Why were you all able to have another good defensive game?
We talked about it before the game that usually our offense leads to our intensity on defense, but we kind of have to switch that up. We have to play hard on defense, and then that leads to our offense. So lately we've just been practicing focus on defense, play with intensity, play hard, get stuff done on the defensive end, and that leads to offense.
You had, as a team, 11 shot blocks. Ruthie didn't have one, so you had 6 different players with a shot block. There were a lot of deflections as well that led to your 10 steals. Why were you all able to get your hands in those passing lanes against a fairly quick team?
Yeah, that just all comes back to playing hard defensively, having intensity, coming in, doing the little things right, and then stuff like that happens. You get your hands places that you usually wouldn't get them, and it worked out today.
Mike Mincy and I have talked the last few weeks about how in years past you might have to rely on 1 or 2 players to score a lot of points. This year it feels like, up until today, everybody gets scored in the last 2 games. You spread the wealth really well. Braylon only goes for 8, very uncharacteristic, 3 of 16, but Michaela Alvey scores 16. What is it about this group where everybody is willing to either sacrifice some numbers offensively or have the mindset to be able to come in and pick up the slack elsewhere?
Yeah, our confidence in each other has really grown a lot lately. We know that everybody's capable of doing plenty of things on the court, and if one person's not having the best day, then there's other people that can step up and take their place and just do it well. So, I mean, we're just a team. We play hard for each other, and we're glad everybody's doing good.
For a time there, after Lindsay's injury, you all were struggling to find an identity. Now you've won 4 straight, and 4 straight in a very convincing margin as well. You get some time off. What do you want to accomplish once the second semester hits to ensure that this continues along?
I mean, obviously we have big goals towards the end of the year, but really we just have to focus on January 3rd getting a little bit of rest over the break, but coming back in, getting the win, and just take it one game at a time.
Campbell, thanks so much for the time. Congrats on the win. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
That's Campbell Penland. After Carson-Newman wins it, that's our Food City player of the game. Campbell Penland, her third double-double of the season, 14 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists for Campbell. And now we bring in Keely Rogers. And yet again, it is another stat sheet stuffing, easy for me to say, performance. You only scored 4 points, but you had 8 rebounds, 7 more assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. I think we talked last week about just your mindset of trying to do a little bit of everything outside of that. What is it right now about your ability to come in off of the bench and provide something other than scoring?
Well, I always love to score, of course, but then, of course, tonight I wasn't really getting my shots or nothing was really falling for me, but I knew that didn't matter and I could do a bunch more for my team and, of course, getting rebounds, not only defensive but offensive, finding the open man and get them an easy shot. It's just if your shots aren't falling, find something else to do, and that's what I try to do the most of the time if nothing's falling for me.
Sometimes games like today are the hardest games, not necessarily when you're in the midst of finals because – nobody's on campus.
Yep.
You're just kind of hanging out. You know that Christmas is coming.
It's a ghost town here.
Yeah, you're thinking about the Christmas cookies that you're going to have. But you were able to put the pedal to the metal after not scoring in the first 4.5 minutes. What was the message to the group early?
Just keep playing hard. I mean, like, shots weren't falling, but that didn't matter. We still knew we'd be fine. If we played great defense, they'd end up falling for us, and, of course, they did. We started going off once everybody started rolling and getting in the rhythm of the game.
These last 2 games have been your team's best field goal percentage defensive performance of the year. Nobody for King scored in double figures. First time in 3 years that had been done by a Carson-Newman team against their opponent. Why were you all able to put the clamps down from a defensive perspective?
Because honestly, we're really all over the place. We always work on practice to find the man, like just to find someone to guard. Even if it's not your man, to find them, and we always make sure to do that. We dive after loose balls. We get tips on balls. We just do a lot of the little things, and that leads to steals and just defensive plays.
King came in as one of the best teams in the country at forcing turnovers. Now, you turned it over 18 times, but at the same edge of the sword, 27 assists on 33 made field goals. Why is this team so willing to be unselfish at this point in the year?
Because we always like to find the best shot for our teammates. And, like, if I'm getting the shot but I see Braylon open the corner, I'm passing it to Braylon Weichel because I know she's going to make that thing easily. But, yeah, it's always just find the easiest shot and the open man to get the ball to, so we know we can get some points up on the board. It's
4 straight wins, all by 20 points or better. You turn your sights into the new calendar year. Belmont Abbey on the road, obviously going to be tough from that point forward. What do you guys take away from what you guys have been able to produce during this 4-game winning streak?
Just keep playing how we're playing hard. I mean, as you know, we struggled in the beginning, especially when Lindsay went down. We were trying to find our rhythm again, but then we finally found it again. And just to keep playing hard, keep playing how we are, and keep playing together, and we'll be just fine.
Keely, thanks so much for your time. Congrats on the win. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
That's Keely Rogers as Carson-Newman wins it 76-44 here today. Lady Eagles have won 4 straight by 21, by 33, 36, and now 32. And the Lady Eagles will try to put the finishing touches on this strong sequence. One more non-conference game coming up after the new year. That is January 3rd at 2 p.m. Our next broadcast comes your way on New Year's Eve. The men's team is in action. We'll have the coverage for you right here on these very stations. For everybody today, Adam Cavalier calling the men's game. Our producer, Skip Roberts. I'm Michael Watring, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. Hope you get everything that you want and get an opportunity to spend time with your friends and family at home. And since I won't talk to you until 2023, Happy New Year as well to you out there. Thanks so much for tuning in. The men win it by a final of 110-65. The women win it 76-44. I'm Michael Watring saying so long for now. Merry Christmas, everybody. Good night.
You've been listening to the Domino's Post-Game Report on the Eagle Sports Network. Today's game has been brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that service built. By Aramark, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By the Tennessee National Guard, a generation of volunteers. By Food City, value every day. By Tri-Light, dream big with gig. By Quality Suites of Morristown, an official hotel of the Carson-Newman Eagles. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. The executive producer of the Eagles Sports Network is Matt Pope. Producers Adam Cavalier, Michael Watfrang, Ian Johnson, Andrew Drizzy Rogers, Caitlin Jones, and Danny Wizarek. I'm staff announcer Ernie Anderson. A special thanks to Carson-Newman and University President Dr. Charles A. Fowler. Stay tuned to these stations for information on our next presentation of Carson-Newman basketball. In the meantime, visit cneagles.com for recaps, highlights, and interviews from today's game.
This is the Eagle Sports Network.